how to learn anything faster than anyone else. Let me ask you something. Why is it that some people seem to learn anything, new skills, new languages, new habits, almost overnight, while others struggle for months and barely move an inch? It's not about IQ, it's not about talent, it's about how they learn. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to learn anything faster than anyone else, using science, psychology, and a few tricks that most people never hear about. By the time you finish watching this, you'll never study the same way again. Let's dive in. Part 1, the myth of talent. We've all met that person who picks things up instantly, the friend who learns guitar in 2 weeks, or the coworker who masters a new software while you're still trying to find the settings button. And we often say they're just naturally talented. But here's the truth. Talent is a myth. What we call talent is usually strategy plus consistency plus state of mind. Think about this. Your brain is like a high-performance engine. Most people drive it in first gear their whole lives. Fast learners, they've just learned to shift gears. Let's start shifting. Part 2, the meta-learning secret. Here's something schools rarely teach. Learning how to learn is more important than what you learn. Fast learners always start with meta-learning, understanding how the subject works before diving in. For example, if you're learning photography, don't start by memorizing buttons on your camera. Start by understanding what makes a photo beautiful: lighting, framing, emotion. Once your brain sees the structure, everything else falls into place. Think of it like building a house. Most people start with random bricks. Fast learners start with the blueprint. So before you begin learning anything, ask yourself 3 questions. 1. What's the big picture here? 2. What are the core principles? 3. What's not important? That third question, what's not important, is where most people waste 80% of their time. Part 3, the 3X rule: exposure, explanation, execution. Let's talk about one of the most powerful learning systems ever used, the 3X rule. It's simple, but it works like magic. Exposure, explanation, execution. 1. Exposure. Get the idea in your head, fast and messy. Don't aim for perfection. Watch a summary, skim the chapter, or listen to a podcast. Your goal is to see the shape of the idea. 2. Explanation. Now explain it back, out loud. The moment you teach something, your brain identifies the gaps. That's why the Feynman technique works. When you can explain it simply, you own it. 3. Execution. Finally, do it. This is where most people fail. They think watching tutorials equals learning, but it doesn't. You don't learn to swim by watching YouTube. You learn by jumping into the pool. Exposure gives you knowledge. Explanation gives you understanding. Execution gives you skill. Do this loop 3 times, and you'll learn faster than 95% of people. Part 4, the science of forgetting and how to beat it. Here's the cruel truth. Your brain is lazy. It forgets 70% of what you learn within 24 hours, unless you fight back. That's where the forgetting curve comes in, a psychological model discovered by Hermann Ebbinghaus. He found that memory fades unless it's revisited. So how do fast learners beat it? They use spaced repetition. Instead of cramming, they review information at strategic intervals, after 1 day, 3 days, 7 days, and 14 days. Apps like Anki or simple flashcards can automate this. The trick is, every time you almost forget something and recall it, your brain rewires itself saying, okay, this is important, keep it. So don't review to remember, forget to remember better. Part 5, state of mind, the accelerator nobody talks about. Let's get real for a second. You can have the best technique in the world, but if your state of mind is off, your learning speed drops to 0. You can't learn fast when you're stressed, bored, or distracted. Your brain needs emotion to learn efficiently. That's why we remember songs and movie quotes better than textbooks. They trigger feeling. So before you study, ask yourself, how can I make this feel interesting? Connect it to a real goal. If you're learning coding, imagine building an app that solves a problem you care about. If you're learning a language, picture yourself traveling, connecting, ordering food confidently in that country. Your brain loves purpose. Without it, learning becomes a chore. With it, learning becomes an adventure. Part 6, the error factory principle. Now here's the part everyone avoids: failure. Most people think mistakes are a sign they're bad at something, but fast learners see mistakes as data. The CIA, NASA, elite athletes, They all use a concept called deliberate practice. They don't just repeat, they repeat with correction. Think of it like being your own coach. When you fail, don't just say, "That didn't work." Ask, "Where did it break? What can I tweak next time?" Each mistake is a map showing you exactly where to improve. And ironically, the people who make the most mistakes early on learn the fastest in the long run. Let me give you a story. A friend of mine decided to learn Japanese. Everyone told him it would take years. He ignored them. He followed this exact formula. He spent 1 week understanding the structure of the language, meta-learning. Then he focused only on the top 500 most used words, the 80-20 rule. He practiced speaking every day, even if he sounded terrible, execution. He reviewed using spaced repetition. After 6 months, he was having full conversations, not fluently, but confidently. Why? Because he didn't try to be perfect. He tried to be efficient. And that's the difference between trying to learn and learning fast. Part 8, the 4-hour brain rule. Here's a truth most people overlook. You don't need to study 12 hours a day to learn fast. You just need to focus for 4. Your brain has a daily learning peak, roughly 2 hours after you wake up and another in the early evening. Use these windows for deep learning. No distractions, no multitasking. Think of it as training your brain like a muscle. Short, intense, and consistent sessions beat long, half-focused marathons every time. Conclusion, let's recap. If you want to learn anything faster than anyone else, remember this. 1. Meta-learn before you start. See the big picture. 2. Use the 3X rule. Exposure, explanation, execution. 3. Beat the forgetting curve with spaced repetition. 4. Control your state. Emotion drives retention. 5. Embrace mistakes. They're your data. 6. Focus deep. 4 hours of quality beats 12 of chaos. You don't need a genius brain to learn fast. You just need the right system. Because learning isn't about speed reading or memory tricks. It's about understanding how your mind works and working with it, not against it. So the next time someone says, "You're such a fast learner," you'll know it's not luck, it's design. If you enjoyed this video and you want to master your mind, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we're just getting started. Keep learning, keep growing, and remember, the faster you learn, the bigger your world becomes.